Welcome everyone to ChessWhiz TV episode 83. Woof. Wow, getting up there. Today's October 28th, 2014, and today we're doing another Funday Monday. It is Thursday. It is Tuesday. Whoa, where's my brain? Well, it's not in there, apparently. Boom. It's Tuesday today, which means it's Funday Monday, and the challenge is to move your pawns 2 squares only. Turbo pawns is what we call it. We got a huge number of entrants in this week's challenge. Huge number. Let me give you an estimate. 10 times more entrants than usual, which means 10 because usual is 1 or 0. Well, we've never had 0, and that's a good thing because good old ChessWhiz sends an entry in. I did not just admit that. But today we have many entries because it's kind of fun to push your pawns 2 squares. I mean, you've got a pawn, why not push it? So the moves that aren't allowed are moves like E3 or D3, which are slow moves with your pawns. You're just not allowed to make those moves on Funday Monday. So let's go try it out. Let's go try the challenge right now and just see what that's like. Get off of 1 second 3 checks. Who would do that? Not me. Let's play 2 minutes with 1 second added game. Ooh, live, ChessWhiz TV. Maybe we should watch that. Hey, Dave K. Hello. Hi, Dave. Oh, it's just like old times when you say hi to whoever's there. Oh, I can't play that? I guess I'll play that. Let's not do it wrong. Let's obey the rules of the Funday Monday. Okay, so D5. This is called the Elephant Gambit, and it catches people off guard if they've pre-moved C3, doesn't it? Now I have to choose push or take or leave. I should leave. This flag means leave. Oh, it says resign. This actually is very interesting to me. Very interesting. You don't get this kind of position very often on move 3. Or move 4, I suppose. Now we can see it's move 4. Isn't that cool, guys? They added this thing and now you can't see my time. Because I'm covering my time. Let's work on that. Great. Now you can't see the new feature. But who cares about the new feature? His time's up there. And my time's down there. It's way better. Okay, so bring in this knight. I think I should develop my kingside pieces first because then I can castle straight away. Whereas if I brought out this knight, I would not be any closer to castling. Not even that much closer. I would not be closer at all. Actually, I don't like the fact that I'm kind of... There's no perfect position, is there? Because I don't want the little bits of the pieces to be poking out and showing you that I'm covering something up. D4. So he's taking the whole center, but I can just take him en passant, and that's going to show him who's in charge. Let's do that. Okay, so the center is now really obliterated. There's really nothing left. We just have 3 pawns on each side, and that's about it. I guess I'll trade queens, because if I don't, when he takes me, I'm forced away. That could get really ugly where he takes this way and then takes this way and checks and then takes my rook. That could hurt. So let's see what we can do to this knight. I don't think he'll play f4. That would block in his bishop. Yeah, bishop f4 is better. I can just castle now if I wish. Or I can consider this to be the end game, and say, well, there's no queens on the board, so I can just king hup like that. I don't think it's smart yet. And there's still everything but queens on the board. But it's something to consider. Maybe I should offer a few more trades and see if he castles. I'm running low on time, as you can see right down there, but I'm not worried at all because that's not in my style. Oh, now I'm worried. My pawns are going to be worse. Second worst pawns in the whole chessboard. Actually, the worst pawn. So I take here, and then he takes my knight. I should have gone the other way, I suppose, and gone with the isolated D pawn, but it wasn't attracted to me either. At least I have the 2 bishops. How did that happen? Oh, he took my knight, and I took his bishop. That's how it happened. I figured it out. Great. So far, it hasn't been too hard to obey the Funday Monday challenge. Oh, we're going to get really low on time. There's only 1 second added each move, so I have to be quite quick, quite quick. Bring out the rest of my pieces. Oh. That's my chance to develop my king. So aren't you glad I didn't castle? And now I'm able to play like this. It's fantastic. Unfortunately, knight here is such a good square because of my bad pawns. You want to put your knights in places that the enemy pawns can't chase them away. And bad pawn structures tend to, oh, yuck, tend to make those kinds of positions possible, because when you've got your pawns doubled up, that's like the definition of bad. It creates these kinds of holes. So he has a great square he can be using on f5. I only have 1 piece that can be attacking f5, and that's my bishop. not my bishop. See, my bishop can't reach f5. All it can do is the dark squares. But my bishop can attack f5. But it's only my bishop can do that, see? Hope I'm making sense to you. Bishop c1 was good, according to a kibitz. That must have been long ago, because bishop c1 is not looking too good right now. Did you have like an attack with a check with an attack on my bishop? Because if you did, you didn't use it. I have 3 seconds, so I have to play kind of quickly now. Kind of quickly. Is he checkmating me, or is he just giving away pawns? I'm going to go with giving away pawns until further notice. This doesn't quite look like checkmate, although maybe I should have gone up just to be safe. What's going to happen? Oh, there's checkmate! Oh, nice trick. Nice trap. Let's ask the computer what I could have done better. Well, I easily avoided breaking the Funday Monday rule. It was so easy to not move my pawns 2 squares because it ruined my pawn structure on move 4. Well, it wasn't move 4. It was right in here, move 9. But in this position, I think I'm fine. I think he's just giving away pawns and losing them. All I need to do is king this way instead. Although I really prefer the red arrows. I really prefer it like that. And then I'm perfectly safe, right? We really need two-way. I mean, I feel like I'm in an empty room here, guys. I feel like I'm all alone on the internet, forever alone. That's what it feels like. See, this is what it's like for me. Where'd ChessWhiz go? Oh, I feel so alone. That's what it's like all the time for me. Why don't I put the ChessWhiz TV logo on top of Shockful? Oh, I missed him. Okay, so this says king takes b4 is the blunder and advantage white a little bit. And what I should have played was bishop takes c1. Take the rook for free. Thank you, stickers.cc, for finding that move instead of me. That would have been great. Great. Okay, so now mate in 4 if I move that way. Well, that's pretty bad. King b5, mate is unavoidable. The best move was king a3. You guys can't see this because I'm covering up the moves with my face. But I should have played king here, just like it says. Well, that was a great lesson in what not to do. I'm a little interested in when I got my pawns doubled, way up in here, whether that was a blunder as well. So bishop f4 was a blunder, and then knight bd7 was a blunder. I should have played knight out. Oh, interesting. I should have attacked the defender like this, and he's really just kind of caught off guard. He doesn't have an easy way to deal with everything. Look at what happens there. How can he even protect his piece? Well, the answer is pushing the wrong key. He can't. In this case, bishop f4. Huh? What? Oh, knight bd7. Wait, okay. Let me get this right. Bishop f4, then knight h5 challenges the defender of the knight, and he can't check. He can't do much. I just move this way, and I win a piece. Kind of. Oh, look what I do to his pawns. So knight takes, bishop takes, knight. Mistake! Wow, this game. You guys want to know how many mistakes were made this game? 1,000,000. Actually, I'm making this scrollable so you can see. Davik made 6 mistakes and 4 inaccuracies, whereas ChessWhiz made 6 and 5. Oh, I was mistakier. No wonder I lost. No wonder. It's not even a wonder. I don't wonder. Would you guys like to see an interesting short chess game? Would you guys like to see that? I'll show you a chess game in which something wrong? Yes. I'll show you a chess game in which the chessboard is not aligned properly. Did Lichess do this to me? There. That's better. Now that looks better over there. All right. Because it's Funday Monday, we're looking at a few games that the viewers sent in. This is a game that was sent in by LM Adnorak, and this LM stands for Le Chess Master. He's really good, but also he specially crafted this game for Funday Monday. In fact, he went into the past. He used his time machine, and he went back to get like a game that he'd already played a long time ago that fit the rules. Well, that's kind of questionable. I don't know if you can just pull games out of your own past, because if you're an old person, you've got a lot of games in your past. But this is such a good game, we're going to show it anyway. Because this gambit, check it out. Check it out, is called Albin Counter Gambit, right? Isn't that what that's called? Take, push. Okay, so this is generally not recommended for black. Hello, Hacko. Hacko's challenging me, but we're going to ignore that for now. This is not recommended. How can you tell? because nobody ever does it. If you look up Grandmaster games with the Alban counter gambit, not going to take long to notice there aren't many. E3. Okay, so the champion here is the black player, which is why black is down. And so that's why white was able to play e3, because you know you're supposed to move your pieces your pawns 2 squares. Check, bishop blocks. Now watch this Tsuji. Watch this brilliancy. Pawn takes pawn, hanging the bishop. Okay, let's take that bishop, see what happened. Pawn takes pawn, check. Uh-oh, there's some danger because it opens up this attack of queens. So now if black actually takes the pawn, he loses his queen. Do you see that? Do you see that? Black's turn. If he takes the pawn, he doesn't have the queen guarded. So he needs to be very careful to defend the queen. But watch how ugly this gets. Hup. Promote to knight. This is so cool because it comes with check. So white can't trade queens on his own. This is cool because I could not even physically do this. My chess set has no knights in it when I go to promote. Because obviously on mychess.org I have in the settings auto promote to queen because it saves me 0.1 seconds, which is what I need in a chess game because I play fast chess. So this is really advanced because it comes with check. If this were a queen, white would just take this queen with check, black has to recapture, and then he could take the queen, everything would be fine. But because it's check, white has nothing better to do than to take the knight, which is a blunder. He should have played king e1. Skewer. And now black wins. Pretty cool, huh? You should try that at home. You should go home. Wait, you're already home. And you should try the Alban counter gambit and see how much you can take with that d-pawn. Just see if you can go takes e, takes f, takes knight, and promotes to knight. That would be pretty cool. And then in 2 more moves, we actually just bring a checkmate. Why don't we take this? I don't know. Let's push this pawn and get checkmated. Just to finish it off quickly. Beautiful. I enjoyed that. Now, it wasn't really usable chess because you have to admit, if you go to a tournament and you sit down in your chair, your opponent probably isn't going to say, hey, let's do that Lasker trap in the Alban counter gambit, right? Let's do it. I'm going to let you take all my things with your pawn. Let's start now. Unlikely to happen, so probably not that useful, but maybe now that you know about this trap, you won't fall in it. It's worth something. It's worth something. Let's try the challenge again. I'm covering everything. We have to find a better solution to this. Should we play Hacko? He wants to play 2 minutes and 5 seconds a move. I'd rather fall asleep. Oh, wait, I would. Fianchetto wants to play a 1 minute game. That's pretty fast. 1 minute for a whole game of chess. Whereas Shockful, 2 minutes and 1 second a move. That's so tasteful, Shockful. It's like the perfect medium. You know what a medium is, right? I can't play e6. This is blowing my mind. I have to move pawn 2 squares. Well, I guess I'll play the double king pawn. Admirak says he did play that game. It was a blitz game. Impressive, impressive. So we've played a lot of games with Shockful. Here, let me give you a little spoiler. That many. This is our game record over the last 20 games, but that's just a small number of the total games, which is 39 wins for Shockful, 83 for ChessWhiz. Just want to point that out. 83 is like bigger than 39, so I thought I should probably mention that on the internet so everybody knows, just in case you were wondering. Where were we? Something important. I was really saying something important. It was so important and now I've forgotten it. Reload this page. There we go. This chess position looks better. Pin the knight. Everybody knows the Scotch game is not played like this because you hung your knight, Shockful. Ooh. Yeah. And another move that players make is this bishop move to defend the pawn that's circled on e4. However, that move has the same problem that the communication in blue is cut off between the queen and knight, and white loses the knight. That's what you don't want to have happen in the Scotch game. So what white does is capture this knight first, and that will allow him to not lose a knight. It's a great thing to have allowed. So now I just have to play very smartly while obeying the rules of the Funday Monday, and I can probably crank this up to 84 wins against Shockful. Let's see. Is it knight back defending my bishop, which is attacked by his bishop? Or should I throw in a trade of bishops with check, leaving me with 2 knights under attack, one of them guarded? Let's go with the trade, because when you're ahead, trade down. Do you know why that is? Why you should trade when you're ahead? Because games end when there's not much left on the board. And if you're ahead, who's going to win? You. So why don't you get to the ending where there's not much on the board and then you can win? That's kind of the whole point, isn't it? Oh, I'm so tempted to take this E pawn. Oh. Should I go back or reload? Save as? Maybe I should print or translate to English. That's kind of a dumb button in my opinion. Dumb button. I'm ahead of piece, so I'm like brain overload. I guess I'll castle. There's nothing to do that brings me a win in one move, but I will win in a few moves. So I'm just going to decline Hacko's game. Goodbye, Hacko. I'm sorry, but that's too slow for me. 5 seconds added is quickly going to add up to infinity. You know, if you just keep adding 5. Goes all the way to infinity. It really does. Nice move. How about discovered trade? How does that sound? I discovered a trade of queens. Would you like to have it? Oh. I would like more trades, please. Imagine you're playing a sports game. Like, I don't know. I have a worldwide audience, so it's hard to give a sport. Because if I say football, half you guys are going to think soccer, and half you guys are going to think like running around and knocking people over. Oh, he wants to play a tasteful game. Very good. Very tasteful. Delicious. And if I say baseball, then you're going to be like, what's that? Because American baseball is not really played around the world. And for good reason, because not everyone likes to fall asleep in front of their TV. Worse than golf. Short for television. So imagine a sport that you really enjoy, like rugby, for example. I'm sure that you're well familiarized with rugby, and it's one of your favorite sports. I'm going to give up this pawn so I can get my pieces out. Oh, I'm cheating! Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm a cheater. Chatter. I'm a chatter, and I'll resign now. You deserve to win, to won. I can't type, but I can cheat. Did you guys even realize the challenge today is to move your pawns 2 squares only? I should have been all A5 and D5. That's the only way to play legally. I'm so sorry. My apologies. Actually, the rules of the universe say that you should not say I'm sorry because it makes you sound sorry. And you know what I mean. You should say instead, I apologize, or my apologies. It just sounds so sophisticated. Like, I know I just ruined your life, but I'm all business-like. Hope that makes you feel better. Think about it. If you're actually sorry, I suppose you could say you're sorry. But if you just want to get them off your back, my apologies, sir. But I did run over your cat with a lawnmower. My apologies. You know, it's really couth. It's really, yeah, couth is the word for it, you know. If you don't know what couth means, it means saying my apologies, so. That's what it is. Let's play with Fianchetto123 and try to obey the rules, and then I'll share another game with you guys. Because that's why. It's actually, that sound is why. Fianchetto123 is taking the challenge. Okay. Sounds good. How about a King's Gambit? I want to see the Arnold Schwarzenegger counter gambit. What's it called again? Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I don't remember. I shouldn't even have mentioned that I don't remember. What's this opening called? I'll just ask him. He better know. Everybody in chat's going to be shouting my ear off. You take this way. Now, there's no cool trap. It's the folk beer counter gambit. I will leave that. Because beer sounds delicious right now. Only joking. That's not what you do, though. That's not the folk beer. You're supposed to push your pawn. Follow the red arrows into that square. You're not supposed to take. Played wrong. Was that a mouse slip? Was that a mouse slip? The reason I have to type all this to him is because there's a little delay in the chat. Just a little delay. So if I type to him in the chat over here, which all of you guys would be like, LOL. Then there would be a little delay. He actually meant to take that, so what's going on? It's not the folk beer. It is the folk beer, Admirak. See, you say it's not the folk beer because the folk beer is with the King's Gambit, but look very closely at your computer screen and you'll see this is the King's Gambit. See, King's Gambit. This is the King's Gambit. I need to not play so slowly. Let's start throwing these pawns out. Just see what happens. Is he going to get his knight to e3? That would be kind of cool. I just felt like playing the wrong move. Well, check this out. I'm definitely in the spirit of Funday Monday by just moving pawns 2 squares until they become epic. Look at that center. I think this deserves to be circled. Yes, a big red circle on that center. I capture here. Now how many pawns am I ahead? 4 pawns? 5 pawns? Count again. How many pawns am I ahead anyway? A lot. Push that. It's not good. I mean, it's bad for my center to be pushing that pawn because the 2 pawns side by side are just so strong. They're like, I got you, pal. I got you. But when one of them moves and he's like, bye, I'm going. And then he doesn't do anything for his friend. Plus, everything's on the same color square. You can see the black squares aren't guarded at all, and that's sad. That's just sad. I'm going to be timid with my bishop because I need to get castled. Oh, great. Fianchetto's already broken the rules. Yes, as you can see in the chat, he's admitting it, and I didn't notice. But he couldn't play c6 because of the rules. Maybe knight here just to stop all his shenanigans. It's a pretty good word, isn't it? I'll allow the shenanigans. Shenanigans allowed. Check. Okay, I'm gonna move here, of course. Oh, he can fork a fork and forking me. No. Look at that. He attacks my rook and forking me at the same time. But it doesn't scare me at all because I have a bishop ready to go. So I'll just trade that bishop there. My pieces are less active, but I have an extra pawn here, I guess. And I have 17 seconds, and that's a long time. Because we get another second every move, 2 + 1, see? So that means you don't really run out of time. You can get checkmated. Uh-oh. Or uh-oh. He's going to Mother's Mate me, isn't he? I guess I'll play here. I don't want to be Smothers Mated, Fianchetto. I know it would be cool to show off the Smothers Mate on ChessWhiz TV. Reload this page. I don't have any sound. There we go. But I don't really want to show it off me getting Smothers Mated. I'd rather show off you getting Smothers Mated, if you know what I mean. That'd be much better. 1 second now for the entire rest of the game. So let's get a few pre-moves in here. See what we can do. Oh, scary. Oops, that's not a good square. Are you going to find that you can take that? Probably. Oh, you got me. You ran me out of time, and I was too timeless. No, it's stalemate. Sad. You're going to win too, Fianchetto. I hope all you viewers feel good beating me. Because that's checkmate, but you actually lose. You should have resigned on the last move because your pawn only went 1 square. And I wanted to see 2 squares on every pawn. You know that. Oh, wait. Look at this. What a cheater. We cannot even focus, guys. I mean, the point of this episode is turbo pawns, where the pawns move 2 squares only. And then I get in these games up in here with the 1 square pawns, if you can believe it. The reason, of course, is because we forget what we're doing. I played H3. He's telling me that. Yeah. Let's look at a game that was played recently by a viewer of ChessWhiz TV. And by recently, I mean like today, maybe. So as you can see, E4 was played, but this viewer was very focused. He did not break the rules. Of course, his opponent didn't even know what he was doing. This opening is called Philidor's Defense, named after Andrei Philidor, who's famous for saying that the pawn is the soul of chess. And his quote is better than his chess, because this opening is pretty bad. Why would you block in your own bishop so it can't even come out into the game? I don't know. Philidor is pretty old by now. He played in the 1800s. This is called Open It Up, and it's a good way to play. It's good line, good. F4 is a little bit strange. Usually white is a little more content not to do that, but I don't know. It's something I would do. Oh, C4. Now we're getting into strange territory. White does not usually just do this with his pawns. Usually. But it's kind of fun to see how the opponent reacts, if the opponent reacts. Check it out! Okay, so definitely Funday Monday style here. You know you can only move 2 squares, so might as well move 2 squares with every pawn right now. What's the downside? Oh, Fianchetto says Philidor's from the 1700s. Not the 1800s. What was I thinking? The 1700s, do they even exist? I don't remember them. As opposed to the 1800s. Trade knights. Queen is under attack. That's not really productive as black, because the queen will just move to a better square. See, black needs to be bringing out the rest of his pieces and preparing for the onslaught of pawns here. So his rooks, maybe. I don't know. See what a waste of time that was? I mean, let's just rewind that. Black's turn, blip, blip, blip. White's turn, not useful. Knight out. So white's got, I would say white has more space. It's difficult to measure. Difficult. Did you know there's actually a way you can measure space in a game of chess? Here, I'll teach this to you. It's teaching time on ChessWhiz TV. If you have a square on the opponent's side of the board that you're attacking, then you get 1 space point. Are you ready? Let's count the space points. 1, 2, 3. Those 3 are attacked by the bishop. Now let's check this direction. 4, 5. So that's 5 space points for the bishop, okay? Now let's go with this pawn 6, 7, and this pawn 8, 9, and this pawn 10, 11, and this pawn 12, 13. And now the knight 14, 15. And now this bishop can't attack anything on the other side of the board, neither can this queen, because it has to be 5th rank or beyond. And I think that's everything. Nothing else can attack across. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 space points for red. Now let's count black. 1, 2 for the knight. This bishop can come down here. 3, 4. And this bishop cannot. The queen cannot. None of these pawns can get to their 5th rank, because the dividing line here is in yellow. Just so you know. Freeform yellow. You have to cross the line in order to score space points. So it really looks like black has 4. So it's nice to be able to say 4 to 15 instead of saying white has more space. Now you can say white has 9 more space. If you like numbers, it's kind of nice. I did count d5 twice. That's because I'm allowed to. If there's 2 pawns, oh, it's in yellow. If there's 2 pawns attacking d5, then you get to count it twice. You count it once per piece attack. Is a thing. c6, a4, great, great. So while black's kind of maneuvering and not doing anything, white's getting more and more and more space. I like this. Okay, but it's still even material. I'm getting people in chat telling me I counted wrong. If I did, sorry, and if I didn't, you're wrong. So either way is fine. Or should I say, I apologize if I counted wrong. That if, by the way, if you just throw if into your apology, it's even better. I mean, even less sincere. You could say, I'm sorry, and mean it. Or you could say, I apologize, and kind of mean it. You could say, I apologize if I counted wrong, as if to say I have no admission of fault. But if you think I'm wrong, well, then I'm sorry. Even better is like, I apologize if I hurt your feelings. Or I apologize if I offended you. In other words, if you got offended, that's your fault. Here I am, tiny. So get over it. It's so not apologetic. Oh. But it's useful if you don't actually want to apologize. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, but get out of my house. Yeah. So g4, great move, great move. Rook a7. h4. Congratulations, viewer. You've moved all 8 pawns 2 squares. You should get a blue medal. Wait, that's kind of like a gold medal and a blue ribbon combined. You win a blue medal for that. In my country, you give blue ribbons for first place. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. So this is a good attack by black to at least, why are we still in yellow? To at least hit this pawn while driving down here. However, his vehicle has a flat tire. He's not able to break through. Take this way. As long as white can hold, which right now he's holding, he has a great target on d6 to attack. You don't want pawns, by the way, guys, that aren't defended by other pawns. And in this case, this guy right here is not defended by a pawn, and this guy right here is not defended by a pawn. That's why these players are struggling to attack and defend those specific points. Well, maybe not d6 just yet, but it'll happen soon, I'm sure. Because you have to defend with pieces, and that's not what pieces want to do. They don't want to defend. They want to attack other people's pawns. See that rook d1? That's what I'm talking about. Oh, look at that 98 defensive. It's because of the pawns. Just imagine if this pawn here were actually over here. Then it would be defending d6, and then it would not even be worth white's time to be wasting his time on this file. He would instead shift over the c file and hit this backward pawn, which isn't defended by a pawn. So if you can't figure out what to do in a game of chess, attack the guy's pawns that aren't defended by pawns. It works. Okay, so this is actually a pin. He can't capture. He loses his bishop. And now he's hurting because there's a passed pawn on the 6th rank. And his rooks are out of position. Like way out of position. Like I don't mean like they're in the corner of the board. I mean like they went to the corner of the board and then they climbed into a closet and got into a hole in the ground. And then dug a hole all the way to China. That's what this rook is right here. Wow. That was cool. And I meant to say, whoa. I meant to say this rook. I have a zoom function. I hope that's working for you guys. It's pretty zoomy for me. Double up. Kick the knight a little more just for fun. Oh, it's blockading your pawn. What are you going to do about that? Nothing. That's kind of boring. He's going to break through, I think. How are you going to break that? Well, the bishop is on the same color square as the square that needs to be broken. So he's maneuvering a little bit here. Maneuver, maneuver, maneuver. I don't think this is a perfect play by white. He could probably be destroying his opponent a little bit more. Hey, can you take that pawn now? I think maybe you can take it. Maybe black could take that pawn with his rook right now. It's kind of dangerous looking, but it might be safe. King around instead, lose that pawn. Now that pawn's taken. In a pin, protect. In a pin, protect. Uh-oh. And a pawn. Well, this is good for white. He's got 2 extra pawns, but how are we going to finish? Just a couple of trades, a couple of boring moves, attack and check and back, and black forfeits on time. Boring. Boring. Oh well, at least we got to see all 8 pawns advance. That was pretty cool. Thanks for submitting that game, ChessWhiz TV viewer who I won't mention. Thanks for submitting that game. Stickers.cc. Let's play Fianchetto right now. I'll join your game. This time I'm not going to break them rules. I'm going to move my pawns 2 squares every time. You cheat. You chat. Resign now. I put it in all capitals, so he will resign. If he doesn't resign, yeah, I'll rematch you. The reason I did that for you people just tuning in is that today's Turbo Pawns Day. Come on, man. You cannot move your pawn 1 square and be okay with that. You got to move 2 squares. So that was just not acceptable. Is he going to rematch me? Let's play a real game of chess. So chat from Majdiland. He says, playing with yourself doesn't count as playing. I definitely agree. Whenever I'm doing that, I just don't feel like I'm playing. Don't like my funny. No, I don't like your funny, Majdiland, and I don't like your name. Majdi. Is that how you say it? Take. Why would I take when I can play the Slav? I'm going to play Slav defense. That's way better. Sorry for tuning in late. I forgot DST ended, but it didn't, Ragritz. What country are you from? Over here it ends on Sunday, which is still 6 days away. I guess DST, which shorts for daylight savings time, it's shorts for it. It ends at different times. Oh, Fianchetto. I'm going to be giving you all my rating points, trying to play a real game of chess. And by that, I mean a manly game of chess. I had to resign because the Slav violated the rules of the Funday Monday. How can we be more careful here? Got to focus. Got to focus. Maybe the Sicilian, the open Sicilian would work. You don't do pawn 1 square very much in the open Sicilian, do you? He can't move pawn 1 square, guys. This is going to be a big problem for him because black usually plays... Oh. You can do this. You can play this way, so I guess that's what he's doing. Here or here? Or here? I don't remember. I do remember this is called the Sicilian. I want to get to E3. I guess I'll go this way, and then here, and then here, and then here, and then here. It'll only take 5 moves. So what's going to happen? But he can't play D6. This is a huge handicap for the black player. Oh, you resign. Lose. Lose, 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 lose. I hope he can understand what that means. It means you shouldn't have played A6. And he resigns. Okay, we're going to try one more time. We're going to give him one more chance because this is such a mind. You can think of your own 4-letter word for that. I was going to say meld, which is a 4-letter word. But, oh, it's hard to be black. That's what I'm learning. But meld isn't the right four-letter word to add to that. Something else should be added. Okay, we're going to focus. We're going to focus. It's the Queen's Gambit Shindig variation. This is so hard. I'm just going to bring my knights because I can't bring my pawns. Let's see what I can do. So Majdi Land says it's M-A-J Delano. I'm looking closely. That's not an O. Autocorrect. D isn't next to O. Maybe that's why it didn't autocorrect. I need to push my pawn. This is a big problem. In order to not resign on the move, I'll play E5. This is working great, guys. Look, he's pinned. This is going to be great. Autocorrect works best if you push a key near a key. So D is not near O, so I don't know about your Majesty Land name. I think I'm going to have to keep calling you that. That's my conclusion. Take, take, take. Burp. Take, take. Burp. He's getting a pretty good position. It's tough as black. It's better as white with this Funday. This Fundy Mundy. Better as white, no doubt in my mind. Look at that center he's got. Look at it. I want to avert my eyes. Maybe he'll mess up and play A3. That would help. That would help if he would just please mess up. Maybe he'll play H3 and mess up. I hope so. Mr. P, we might get a chance to play. Mr. P. Merp, we might get a chance. What you should do is find me on Lichess. You should click players at the top, and then you should type ChessWhiz, which is cleverly spelled. Because look at all the people. There's ChessWhiz Watcher. There's ChessWhiz TV. That's not me. There's ChessWhiz 2. And there's ChessWhiz Password. Don't trust him. And then after you find me, you should click the battle axis. And they're actually swords. And challenge me. That's what you should do. And you should make it 2 minutes and 1 second to move because that's a pretty good time control today. If you do all those things, then you'll show up in the corner like Shockful did. That's as close as you can get to playing me. See what he did? He did that. And you can do it too. I need to do something about his monster center here. I need to do something smart. Oh, I can't play C6. Here I am thinking, is house C6? Is C6 any good? The pawn is pinned. The knight, And then I realize I would be shooting myself. So I guess I'll trade that since it's hanging. And then deal with the fallout later. Majdi Land is on a tablet. Good to know, Majdi. Good to know. That is a beautiful center. Beautiful. And look at that. Capture because it doesn't, that's right, doesn't violate the spirit. You would not want to violate a spirit. It's dangerous, might I say the least. Might I say the least. That's not quite the right phrase. Where is my brain today? Might I say the least? Huh? I don't even know where that came from. Probably my mouth. That's a pretty good center. I really need to push some of my pawns one square. I really do. Getting crushed up in here. Just crushed. I take that and I'm running out of time too. I guess I'll try to trade this way. It's the least awkward way that I can legally trade. Viancello's running out of time, though. It's true he has about double the time I have, but on the other hand, I'm ChessWhiz, so in conclusion, it's going to be close. Oh, this is problematic. No, I'm cheater. I'm a cheater. Okay, I can't do that. I resign. GG. You know what? I'm getting owned today. You just, it's a tough thing to do. Move your pawns never one square off the back rank. It's tough. Let's look at another viewer game quick before we run out of time. I'm going to look at it first because I'm the man. Ooh, I don't know if you want to see this one. I don't know. This game was submitted by a ChessWhiz TV regular. Majdi Land, this chess website is lichess.org. Li, it stands for Le. It's a nice chess website. I like this. Look at that. That's a good opening trap. Today's like opening trap day. It's the second one. I just rewound all the pieces. E4, E5, knight C3, kind of passive. Knight F6, bishop C4, and white walks into this piece sacrifice forking, center capturing trap, where black gives up a piece in exchange for forking his opponent. You guys should learn this one, actually. In double king pawn openings, which is where both pawns move up in front of the king, then you got to watch out for this capture and then fork. It works when you haven't brought your bishop out. And this is the rule of thumb here. If you've played bishop c5, then you've got the bad news of him taking your bishop right now, and then you're down a piece. So what you have to wait for is, let me go back 2 moves. You have to wait for him to bring his bishop out, and you not to have brought your bishop out. At that point, you can start calculating. Is it possible here? Take, and push and fork him? It might be. But if you've brought yours out, problem, because he'll take like this. Like I just said, like this twice. And that's very, very bad. I've done it that way. I've done it that way in a real chess game. It's the wrong way. But now you know. But it works in this game. And so now it's actually even material, but you're the one with any center left over. So it's pretty good. Knight out, take that pawn. Okay, that was not right. Black is winning. He should not have allowed this. But this is another cool defense, actually. Whenever you have something mean coming in for your rook, you can play something to f3 or f6, I guess, if you're black, and defend the rook while being defended by the knight. You see this happen because of the kind of chess we play, which is the way the pieces are set up when you start. If we only played Fischer random chess, which is pretty random, we wouldn't need this opening trick. But because the rook and knight always start like this, it's kind of nice to bring your queen out, defending your rook through the queen. It's a good way to hold things together. And this is another good trick. Take a look. Knight takes bishop, then he loses his queen. And if queen takes queen, then he loses his rook to the bishop. I'm sure you saw that without all the arrows on the screen, but it's a pretty cool trap. I like it. And then what happens is white sits there, and then black trades this way, and then moves his bishop here, which forks the rook and the knight, which moved there. Did those arrows help? It's pretty bad for white. Let's see what happens. King up to help defend. Well, there's some logic to that. Now that we've looked at all the dangers, it almost makes sense, but it also doesn't. I want to see something brutal here. Ooh, that was pretty cool. The best move, according to computer, was bishop over here, which pins the queen to the king. That's a pretty good move. But this is going to be interesting too. Wow, just walking into his house. It's like, by the way, I just came in your front door, and this is my house now. Goodbye. Take the rook. Is that kind of boring? You should be checkmating him, I guess. Oh, a counterattack. Check, 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 check. And now both players are out on the run. It's pretty cool. Okay, what's the material like? Well, black has 2 rooks he's not using, whereas white has 1 rook he's not using. White has 3 minor pieces. Well, black has 3 minor pieces. Well, I'm sorry to say that black has an extra rook he's not using. But in terms of pieces you're using, it's like tied because they both have a queen and a minor piece that's moved. However, I probably give advantage to black if he can find a useful thing to do. If he can't, I suppose he'll just get checkmated like that, which would be a sad ending to this epic game. But if he can find something, take a free knight, I don't know, probably best, but I'd be scared to be taking free knights when I'm already up a rook and my king's on g6 in the opening. Definitely think carefully about that one. Oh, there's knight back. Couple of mistakes being made, as you can see. Computer recommends pawn up to bring out your pieces. Queen check. Block this way. Good. To avoid queen trade since you're down a million. And the bishop out with check. Throwing away the bishop. It throws away the bishop, but it actually helps bring pieces out quickly. You see if white takes this bishop, then rook e8 check, and the rook's easily going to pick up another knight. So in positions like this doesn't happen very much, but development is so important. Every piece you can actually bring out into the game is like being ahead a piece, because the opponent has no time to bring his pieces out. So in this kind of position, material is less important, and getting your stuff out there is very important. That's why I was even slightly questionable about taking the knight for free, although it was a good move to take that knight for free. Take, and there's check, and white resigns. It's very, very painful from here. It goes from bad to worse. That was exciting. Plus, he obeyed the Funday Monday. he moved his pawns only 2 squares, which is something obviously Fianchetto and I cannot do. We played, what, 4 games, and we never successfully didn't cheat in any of them. So we know that's a very difficult thing to do. We've received a challenge from Zeppo, who is Mr. P, I think. But his rating is small. 1260 is one of the smaller ratings in the universe. No offense, of course, because his other ratings are higher. See, 15 and 1300. But actually, 1200 is actually a strong rating because it takes a lot of, whoops, I didn't actually mean to play there. It takes a lot of, I'm playing c5 and reloading the page. Okay. What does it take a lot of? It's my turn. It takes a lot of practice to become a 1200 player. You internet people have it easy because you're on the internet learning chess. So you're becoming so smart so quickly, right? Like watching ChessWhiz TV, for example. Think of all the things you've learned. All the thing you've learned, because we really just learned one thing. Many things. Whereas the chess players who aren't doing this, which is most of the chess players in the universe, are not improving so quickly. It takes a lot of work to become 1260. A lot of practice. So I don't mean to demean the players who are 1260. They simply aren't on the internet as much as you. Although Mr. P, who is Zeppo, he's become better at classical. As you can see, he's crossed the 1500 barrier, which is, you know, you wouldn't think that's a barrier since you start at 1500. You actually do. If you've never played before, you're 1500. But it's actually very difficult to become 1500 if you've not played that much chess your whole life. Because chess takes a lot of practice. Where'd that pawn come from? Let's take a close look here. E3? Maybe he's not obeying the challenge of the Funday Monday. That's my conclusion. Well, I am. I am playing the challenge. So Kolsky says, I can't see the names and rating info. Well, let me just, yes, you can. So Kolsky says, I used to be 850 rated just 2 years ago. Wow. I used to be born 2 years ago. I'm obeying the challenge, so I cannot play e6 or g6. It's a problem. What am I supposed to do? How do I bring out my bishop? Both of the 2 square moves would throw away my pawn. Okay, here's my plan. My brilliant plan. Actually, it's bad. I'm going to push 2 squares. I need to develop my pieces. So I might as well protect that square again. It's not too good because bishop f4 is going to stop me again. Hopefully he doesn't know about my restriction. Perfect. So now, I guess I'll go here to protect some of the problems down there. And then I've got to play e5 no matter what. Even if he plays bishop f4, I've got to play e5. I've got to get my pieces out. This is taking too long. In moves. Interesting thing, chess players don't really say this is taking too long in time because they don't think about time. They don't think about their clocks. You notice 23 seconds, plenty of time. They think about moves. Like if it took 3 moves, that's a long time. It's just the way we talk. Take and take. I have 3, you have 3. Am I okay? I don't think I'm okay. One of us is still in the center. And that's both of us. It would be interesting to play bishop b4 check. That would be interesting. Oh, now I can't, but I could go here, which helps some of the pressure. I need to get castled. I need to get castled. Oh, he's not even playing by the spirit of the Funday Monday, but this looks pretty good. Check with the discovered attack. Guys, you got to watch out for this. It's a check with the discovered attack. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, guys. This move is pretty good. I'm going to win a piece. Zeppo, time, Zeppo, time, Zeppo, time. Mr. P, you're running out. Bad pawns. I guess I would probably take with queen so that you don't have doubled pawns. Because those 2 pawns like that. I'm not going to take the free piece. Why not? What am I doing? Of course I should take the free piece. What? What? That didn't make any sense. Okay, that was a blunder, and I'm not sure why I did that. It was a mind meld. Another one. Meld is not the right word, but check. And then check. I don't know what I'm doing. At least you have double pawns, right? I have to prevent back rank mate, and I have to move my pawns 2 squares. It's a difficult combination. Oh, Zeppo's a pretty quick player. I can't move my pawn 1 square. But I can move my pawn 2 squares. That'll work. Yeah, we're in a fast ending now. Okay, I definitely have a problem with my pawn structure because I can't play a6 to help my pawns. I can only move my pawns 2 squares, which is kind of fun. I have to say, I'm kind of enjoying this. It's kind of an ending now, you know? I'm hoping he'll just run out of time because I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Fortunately, my handicap is almost gone. Hey, I can do that. His pawn is pinned. And then, oh, I can't do it. No, I broke the rule. No, I'm going to beat him anyway. No, I'm going to resign. Oh, all this work and then I still cheat. This Funday Monday is impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. And you're out of time. I resign quick before you run out of time. What does it say? Does it say I resign? Black resigned, white is victorious. Sorry. A6. I'm receiving a message. He wants to play again. We only have time for one more thing, and then we're going off air. So what thing is that going to be? Should we look at another viewer game? Should we play Mr. P, who wants to play again with good reason? Or should we play some new player we've challenged, who's challenged us? Like Apostolus wants to play. That would be pretty fun. Or should we just like tell a funny story about milk? I don't know. I should eat my lip and decide. The person in chat says, which one should we do? Just how many times has ChessWhiz lost focus on what pawn move he's allowed to play? And the answer is every time. A bullet game is the recommendation. So we're going to go with Apostolus's game because it's 1 minute and 1 second per move, as opposed to all the others, which were 2 minutes and 1 second a move. So my apologies to everyone who sent in games who didn't get them broadcast. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough time to show all of the good games that were sent in. Vianchetta wants to play 1 minute, but unfortunately, I'll decline those because we're out of time. So sad. So sad. Olith wants the funny story of milk. Okay, are you ready? Go, go, and do not cheat. Do not. This is such a difficult opening for black. I have to be the one to play the c5. I have to do it. Because if I can't play c6. I have to be bold and then be strong, you know? I have to refresh this page. Ooh. Am I going to be okay? Yes, e5, and I got my pieces out. If I could prevent e4, that would be great. It would be great. Don't play e4. Don't play e4. Oh, he's going to do it. Hey, now you can't do it again. You can't play e4. Oh, you're playing it anyway? Oh. Oh. That's too bad. I missed the free queen. Everyone's LOLing. Check. I'll go back and look at the free queen and then agonize about how I missed the free queen. How does that sound? If I don't take the free queen, at least I can beat myself up over the fact that I missed the free queen. Does that make you feel better? I'll do that, but later. Right now I have to deal with this guy, which means play poker with him, right? That's how you deal. This is not working. My pieces are getting in each other's way. My knight, the best squares for my knight are both where my other pieces already are. And that passed pawn is looking extremely scary. Extremely, that's what I meant to say. Extremely scary. I don't want it to push. Oh, it's gonna push. No, it's gonna push right now and I trade this stuff for it. Here, I guess, to protect my stuff. My stuff is being... And now bishop over. Wow. Look at that problem I've got myself into. This is like a maximum problem. Maximum. What a great way to end a Funday Monday, don't you think? It's just great. What's he going to do to me? Let's find out. I can't wait to see what he's going to do to me. Ha. I got your thing with my thing. Now I'm just fine. Kind of. I wonder if he can win a full rook. I mean, if he trades, he wins a rook for a bishop. But my rook ain't going nowhere. So maybe he can just win a whole rook. I don't know. Nope, he only got a rook for bishop. This is kind of good for me, right? Look at that. Look at that. 6 seconds. Oh, you're gonna regret taking all those pawns. Look who has a new queen. Uh-oh. Oh, that's kind of sad. Was there no way to stop that thing? Maybe this will stop it. Don't go anywhere. Oh, this is pathetic. Resign. I want to ask the computer where the free queen was because I can't find it. Guys in the chat are like all typing. They're like d4, d5, c4, c5, c takes d5, queen takes d5, knight c3, queen takes d4. Did that really happen? That really happened. Oops, wrong key. Look again. Wow. Wow. That is a brilliancy 2.0 right there. Look at that move. Yes. Look at that. He's like, wow, I've never seen this before. What should I do? I'm out of my opening book. Guess I'll take it with my queen. Yeah, he didn't read about this one. Caught him off guard. Next Funday Monday challenge, give up your queen on the 4th move. That's actually what I did in this game. That would be great, don't you think? Oh, really? Didn't white have checkmate there? It's a good question. That was an interesting game, so we're going to actually request a computer analysis for reals and actually where the checkmates were. So that was definitely a fun Funday Monday. I'm glad you guys participated in that. I definitely enjoyed looking at some of your games and some of the ones I didn't show you. I just got to see them. The next challenge is going to be an interesting one. It's a little bit more open-ended. It's not like a hard and fast rule where you have to do this or not do this. You can use a little bit of experimentation and use your own style on it. The goal is your chess pieces do not like fighting alone. We saw in that game where the queen and the knight were out there doing their thing and there was nothing else developed at all. That's not what I want to see. I want to see chess pieces working together. That's the way chess should be played, your whole army working together. But I'm going to take that to a literal level. I want to see your chess pieces working and standing together. I want to see your chess pieces together. Get as many chess pieces as you can in a most weirdest looking blob possible and then send in that game. So for example, if you got a pawn on e5 and a pawn on f5 and a knight on d5 and a bishop on e6 and a bishop on d6 and a queen on f6, that's like a 2x3 blob of pieces. That's okay. But then if you added a king on e7 and a knight on f7 and a rook on d7 and you got 3x3 square, that's pretty good. I want to see all your pieces just blobbing up, see what kind of massive piece you can make, and then still not lose the game because of it. Although if you do lose the game because of it, I'll just laugh at you, so that sounds good too. So the goal today is blob chess, where you just blob up your pieces into one blob and hope that you're not actually playing atomic chess, which would be where when something's captured, everything is removed nearby, because that would damage your blob somewhat significantly. So that's the new challenge, blob chess. In the meantime, let's see what the computer thinks of this game. It thinks bishop f5 was dubious because of e4, which was dubious. The computer's recommending illegal a3 though. Take, king e7, dubious. Rook c5, mistake. I should have played rook a8, but I'm still losing, right? Yeah, I'm still losing, so who cares? Who cares about moves where I'm still losing? I'm really interested to see what happens when I get myself... Oh yeah, he should have pushed d6 sooner. We do know that. Get myself up here. I want to see what he can do to me right now. He played... It recommends rook 5 d6 to try to stop the checkmates. Oh, he had this move. No, that's all. f4 was a blunder. He should have played here. And then in this line, which didn't happen in the game, he would be ahead 2 pieces. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, this game doesn't have much to it, really. I mean, it's big advantage for white all the time. Did I get an advantage here? A5, blunder. This is interesting, actually. It says that in this position, it's balanced. The endgame is going to be a draw. And then A5, terrible blunder, and I can win. I didn't see that in the short amount of time that I had. It turns out he should have captured this pawn with his rook and then used his king and pawns together to fight for a queen. Then he's able to get a draw. But with A5, I can win with the move knight E5. Oh, that's something I should have seen, guys. This is something we should know, is when you've got your pawn about to queen and there's something stopping you, you should stop the thing stopping you. Wait, this move. Look at that. Pretty clever. It blocks off the rook's communications, and you can actually promote your pawn into a queen. And the rook, all it can do is stare at the great big horse blocking its view from the new queen. I like that. It's definitely something good to end on. Is what ChessWhiz should have done. Typical ChessWhiz TV ending. For those of you guys who are new to ChessWhiz TV, I did not say that other word, nude. I said new to ChessWhiz TV. We broadcast Tuesdays and Saturdays now at 3 p.m. GMT. So the next broadcast will be in 4 days. I don't know if we can make it 4 days, but we're going to try. So sad to live without ChessWhiz TV. And then this week, if you want to participate, try to make a blob of pieces and send in your games. I would appreciate seeing them. This has been ChessWhiz TV. Thanks for watching.